In the red corner, standing at 5'7" and weighing 107 pounds, it's Little Mac, the bruiser from the Bronx. With his coach Doc Lewis, Little Mac has climbed up the ranks to become the WVBA champion in the Punch-Out series. Little Mac first stepped into the ring with the arcade version of Punch-Out back in 1984. His most famous bout was in the NES Punch-Out, where he fought real-life boxer Mike Tyson. When Tyson's contract expired, the NES Punch-Out was re-released as Punch-Out featuring Mr. Dream, who was every bit as hard as Tyson. In 1994, sporting a drastic new look, the now blonde-haired Little Mac once again fought for the WVBA title in Super Punch-Out for the SNES. Little Mac's most recent fight is in his comeback in Punch-Out for the Wii. Essentially, Little Mac fights for the WVBA title again, but must afterwards defend his title against his previous opponents. As a boxer, Little Mac's arsenal of moves consists of punching, and more punching. While at first glance, Little Mac might not have much in move variety, he is quite a devastating character thanks to his quick movements and strong attacks. Little Mac's combos can quickly build up an opponent's percent, and his mass attacks can KO at a relatively low percentage. Little Mac's incredible speed and strength is offset by his pathetic air game. Little Mac has the weakest moves in the air and the worst recovery in the game. His up B might be a devastating finisher, but comes up short in moving you vertically. Little Mac's side B Haymaker might be more useful in recovering, as its horizontal distance is greater than up B's vertical distance. But if you need to go both horizontally and vertically to get back to the stage, consider yourself KO'd. If you find yourself stuck against certain matchups, channel some of the Punch-Out games in your playstyle. The hallmark of Punch-Out strategy was to wait for an opening and counterattack your opponent. Find ways to bait your opponent, respond with his down B counter, and go from there. The biggest tool in Little Mac's arsenal is his KO meter. You might notice a set of arrows that sit on top of Little Mac's percentage bar. By hitting and receiving hits, that bar fills up until it lights up KO. Little Mac's usual B changes from a charged move to a destructive uppercut. Also, contrary to popular belief, Little Mac's KO punch isn't actually an auto KO at 0%. You actually have to put a little bit of damage before you can land that KO punch and knock out an opponent. Usually for me, I've noticed between 30 to 40% is a minimum to land that KO punch and get that auto KO. In respect to his moveset, they kept Little Mac faithful to his series by avoiding outlandish moves that wouldn't fit his character. It'd be weird to see Little Mac throw a chocolate bar right on Doc Lewis's bike, so I'm glad that they kept him, feasible. There are some decent nods to past Punch-Out games in Little Mac's moveset. The previously mentioned KO meter hails from the Punch-Out arcade and Super Punch-Out. Even Giga Mac, Little Mac's transformation during the two-player mode on Punch-Out Wii, makes an appearance as Little Mac's final smash. One thing I found missing was a reference to Little Mac's Star Punch. It would have been cool to see this incorporated in his moveset, but balancing both the Star Punch and KO meter might have been too cumbersome for developers, so I understand if this was left out. Little Mac also has every outfit he's worn in the series. You'd have his trademark training hoodie, the major world title defense and player 2 outfit from Punch-Out Wii, the white outfit from the NES Punch-Out, and Little Mac's look from Super Punch-Out. Little Mac also has a wireframe form from the Punch-Out arcade, which itself comes in 8 different varieties. It might have been cool to fight in Doc Lewis style threads, but that's a minor nitpick. Smash Bros does a phenomenal job representing Punch-Out and gives attention to every game of the series. From starting off as an assist trophy in Brawl, it's exciting that Little Mac returns to the ring as a fully playable character. Little Mac is easy for beginners to pick up, but play smart against opponents. Charging in headfirst might not always be the solution, so be patient and look for the opportune moment to strike. As the WVBA champion, Little Mac isn't one to shy away from a fight, and go pound for pound against Nintendo's All-Stars.
The winner is...
You got what it takes, Mac.
Little Mac!